I don't know. It's weird. This office is weird. It's like there's like an endless gray expanse in the background. There's like no walls, but also like it feels like we're in a sound dampening room. It's weird. I don't know how management figured this out.
Yeah, it feels like we're just in the empty abyss. I don't know.
The background's a bit thus.
We made too many jokes that
But
Aphrodite and got sent to the
our
fucking shadow realm.
Hades was not happy with us.
No, they were
We got
not.
sent to we got sent to the Ninth Circle.
We made a Hades
Okay.
nuts joke at one point, and yeah, we're in the 10th
Okay.
circle now.
Thank you. Our office is now gonna downgrade. We're gonna lose our like side TVs that never have anything on it.
you, you say that. I like how that's what's gonna go first and not us. All right,
Hello, everybody.
everybody.
My name is Markiplier.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome back to Mythos.
Welcome to the
Imagine.
Mythos, the podcast where we
Iron
talk
Ball.
about things that don't really matter but act like they do. Anyway, this week we're discussing the standings as of when are we recording this? Friday?
Yeah, Friday, February 6th. But I mean, we'll start off with Mortals. We'll go from Mortals all the way up to Empyrean, just kind of climbing the ranks as we climb and go through the different standings. So we'll start off with Mortals.
Yeah, definitely go down to up.
Mm-hmm. Starting with Mortals, Loki's Deceit are in first place. They have had their first loss. They had their first loss this week.
As a reminder,
Mhm.
scores for teams are not listed off of the whole game one. It's listed off of maps one.
Yeah.
So teams, even if they're like losing 2-0, they still want to win a game because that still gets their team a point. So the worst thing you can do if you're gonna lose a game, lose it 2-3.
So Loki's did actually have their first 3-0, where they were not on the 3-0 side, where they were on the 0-3 side. And it was actually against
I think
Osiris.
Afro also had their first.
I believe, but it was against Osiris. Worth mentioning, Osiris went through a lot of different roster changes. Yes.
Yeah, the entirety of the original Osiris roster as of week 1 in draft was dropped. I don't know if Mod Hobbs is still in there, but I think pretty much the entire roster was
I believe
dropped.
Mod Hobbs is because Mod Hobbs is the FC. So Mod Hobbs
right.
would stay. But yeah,
right.
they went
Mod
through
Hobbs
a
is still
big
there.
overhaul. So, Loki's in first, Osiris in fifth, currently tied for sixth with Icarus's Angels. But
yeah,
that is possibly subject to change as Osiris's team
matches
has proven
happen.
that they can actually compete.
I've heard some interesting
teams in Mortals.
Yeah, I've definitely heard some interesting things about their new roster. So I'm excited to see that, and hopefully they can come back from a -6.
Mm-hmm.
Because the current scores as of today, we have Loki's, we're going 9-3.
Yeah.
Tsukuyomi, which I don't know why that's +9. Wouldn't that be +6?
No, it's +3.
No, Loki's. I'm looking at the asset right now.
Oh.
The scoreboard. It says it says Loki's is +9.
Should be +6. This is what happens
We'll
when
have to
you
go
have
talk to
me
management
making
about that.
the graphics.
No. Remember, we had management do it. We have to get that fixed. Where's third place?
There is technically no third place. It's kind of weird because second place is a tie between Tsukuyomi and Aphrodite. Technically,
Yes.
Aphrodite is the third place as Tsukuyomi did in fact beat Aphrodite in a head-to-head previously.
Okay.
From that would have been actually from map week 3. As of this time, they still have not posted their week 4, but for the sake of technicalities, Tsukuyomi beat Aphrodite in a head-to-head, so Tsukuyomi would be second, Aphro would be third. But they're also
I think in the future
we should
have. I think in the future we should have management list these as just 1 through 5.
Well,
people can
6,
visually.
There's ties in
people,
places.
yeah. People can visually see that teams are tied based on score.
Yeah, But then it becomes
and
weird when you're trying to place teams
tiebreaker.
that haven't, like tiebreakers scenarios. It becomes
Yeah,
weird
we
when you
do
don't
we
have
can.
teams that enforce.
I'm sure they'd want more matches, but I think that's all we have for mortals right now. Do
Well,
you want
we
to move
forgot
over
to mention
to Dem?
Dionysus.
Well, that yeah. Sorry,
Dionysus is
sorry. Okay,
fourth. Does
so
have a little bit of a
so
lead against Icarus.
Loki's is +6 as of the score. So what we're doing for these is we have maps won subtracted by maps lost, which is their plus or minus.
Yeah.
So we have Loki's at +6, Suko at +3, and Afro at +3. Dionysus is at -2, and Icarus and Osiris are both at -6. However, with the new roster, I think Osiris is going to definitely start catching up with the rest of the teams.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Osiris makes a lot of movement happen within the standings with their new roster.
Yeah,
But
I would agree.
with that, let's go over to the side of Demigods. Demigods does also have a tie. The tie in this case has not yet broken because they are actually identical. The tie will break in week 5 when they play against each other, but for now, they're tied.
Yeah.
Loki's
Um.
first place with +12, still undefeated, have not dropped a map in Demigods. Aphrodite
Yeah.
was previously in a tie. They were able to beat out of that tie and take themselves to a 9 map win scenario for a +9. If I'm not mistaken, the
Do you have an
minus
Aphrodite
should be
versus
wrong if I'm not
Loki?
mistaken, since they did play against what was that? What was it called? They did play against Jormungandr and lost 2 maps, but since then I believe the loss record for Aphrodite is incorrect. They should have.
Yeah, I don't. 9 wins and 0 losses doesn't sound right with the
No,
time
it
frame.
is
Since
not.
we
They
have other
had.
maps. So
Let me check. I'll check real
Afro
quick. Afro minus 2.
Aphrodite's score is to be determined, but probably lower than what it is. Either way, they still have 9 wins. We'll have to get that figured out.
Afro went to a 9. Sorry, 2 losses because they did
Okay.
go into a 5 map win first week
Right, it
against
was week 1.
Jormungandr. Yeah.
Right, yeah, it was the week 1 Yorm game, which was
Yeah.
really close. It was really fun to watch.
Loki's
So
swept
we have
them,
Loki's.
so they
We
would
have
have
Loki's
5
round 1. Oh, okay.
9 map
Okay,
wins to
so
5
they're
losses.
it doesn't change their position, but it definitely
No, it
changes
does
the
not,
gap.
but it does change the gap. Yes. So they would have plus
So we have
4.
Loki's. Yeah, so we have Loki's right now, 12 and 0 with +12. We have Aphrodite's with 9 and 5 going +4. Freya's and Yorm are both at 0. Pomegranate Pack is at -4, and we have Eros Desired coming in at a heart-stopping -6. Do we know
Yes,
anything about
and
the Eros Desired team? Any
Arrows,
interesting
if
going
I'm
on?
not mistaken, let me check because Arrows had played against Pomegranate, so in a little bit of a, I don't want to say a detriment, but not to be mean to any of these teams, obviously. We're roughly halfway. The Arrows 3 map victory was due to an FF from Pomegranate. So, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken, I believe in the past I have seen Arrow struggle a little bit with the scheduling side. If I have the teams proper in my head, I could not.
That would make
So,
sense, yeah.
it is plausible that I am wrong in this, but I think for them, they might be in a little bit of a tough situation just because of the fact that they have some struggles with teams showing up, players showing up, and stuff like that. But they do have some players that are pretty good and who can make a big impact. You have
Yeah.
some people from like
And I think
Collapse and stuff like that on this team, so they have a lot of the right tools. I feel like they just need to figure out a little bit on the internal side and get things rolling for them a little bit better.
yeah, I think that's all we have for Demi, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that would just be about it for Demi. I guess might as well take the opportunity hype up a little bit. Week 5, Jormungandr. Sorry, Yes, Jormungandr's versus Freya will be the tiebreaker for the standings here, since they both play each other. That will determine your third
Third
and
place.
fourth place teams, respectively.
Yeah.
Well,
And decide which team might be catching up to Afro.
true, yes. In the
So moving on to
meantime,
Ascendant here.
Ascendant, a lot closer.
This is a lot closer, but also I think this is the only one where we don't have a tie right now. This is the only one
Correct.
where we don't have a tie.
Yeah.
Afro's definitely struggling,
The
from
Ascendant
what I can
side
see.
from Afro is indeed in sixth place. Above that is Arrows. Above that, Amaratsu's Sun Guard in fourth with a still pretty
Don't forget
respectable score.
don't forget to list the plus or minuses.
Well, the plus or minuses seem kind of off at times because some of them are
I see
wrong, if
Ama.
I'm not mistaken. Because
Okay.
Dionysus has a +9, and then Jormungandr has a +8, but they've played the maps before it, I believe. So I think that's why they were listed higher.
Well, that makes sense. But our current standings, we have Loki's in first place, Jormungandr's in second, Dionysus in third, Ama in fourth, Eros in fifth, and Afro at sixth. I don't know if Afro is going to be able to catch up. It definitely seems coordination is something they struggle with. Watching the last Ascendant game that I broadcasted. And I just think Loki's is just too good, to be honest. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to need some serious work to
Loki's is
catch up.
very strong. If there's any helpful thing to know for a lot of these teams, is that Loki's did fall at one point. Loki's didn't completely sweep so far. If I'm not mistaken, they did lose at one point. I could be wrong on that. I have to go back to the statistics. They've at least lost a map, so you know that they're
Yeah.
touchable. You can make the god bleed.
Yes.
Now, how
One thing that
much
I
will
know
be a
based on
question.
our yeah, I agree. Definitely one thing to keep in mind is based on our previous any viewer who watched the Mensa interview would know that as a clubhouse they definitely focus a lot on scrims, VODs, a lot of team synergy and coordination, which is what really makes or break any kind of competitive team. And it seems obvious if you're looking or you really know much. It's obvious that those are important things, but that's what they focus on,
Yeah,
and
I
it
mean
really shows in their performance, no matter what
the
level they're at.
foundational, the simple stuff like the
The
vodding,
macro,
the scrimming, just
all the
stuff like
macro
that.
stuff.
Yeah, it really helps, and I mean that's kind of why you've seen Loki's on the top for the last three different divisions. Is they really solidify that as something
And
to do for their
and
teams. They
moving into
solidify it as a priority.
yeah,
But yeah,
moving
moving
into
into
Empyrean.
Empyrean.
Here we have the first list here that does not have Loki's at number one. This is the
Loki's
first
are
one we
number
have.
two, and the only
True,
reason
I'm not
is
saying they're doing horribly.
the
I'm
the
just saying
only
that
reason is because Loki's did not have a match completed this week, while Icarus had.
yeah,
So if
it makes
Loki's
sense.
were to do a 3-0 sweep, Loki's would be in first place. So
True,
that's
but it would yeah. No, I agree. I'm just
yeah.
saying like as of right now,
As
they're
of the
not holding.
current time, they have been dethroned temporarily.
Yeah. So as our first place, we have Icarus's Angels with plus 13, 14 and 1. Loki's Deceit at plus 12. Eros at plus 8. Tsukuyomi at plus 4. Vermin at plus 1. And
Should be
Amit's at
minus.
minus 5. The only minus that we have. Do you ever think about Amit's
Uh,
hunger?
Aramanius Vermin should be -1. Also, yes, I just butchered that team's name.
Oh, right, it is. I don't know why it's plus 1 now that
It might be
we're
yeah,
gonna
minus.
ignore the map win and map loss numbers. We're gonna ignore
Yeah.
that.
Well, the map
Uh,
win, map loss has been relatively consistent. I think it's the plus minus that's
I'm
been a little.
I'm referring to the numbers specifically.
Okay, fair enough.
We're just gonna summon the demons. But
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
mm,
I see what you're saying.
sequential numbers and all that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, totally. That's totally the
yeah.
reasoning, and not any
Is there
other particular
any
reasons.
other interesting things going on in Mythos? Anything you've heard
Currently,
about? Yeah.
just in general. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you had the rebuild team that
Oh
you
yeah,
know
the
made the
Osiris, right?
gods bleed from Osiris. We did just do the Mensa interview, or not the Mensa, sorry, the Bona interview. They're close
Mensa
enough
interview. We're going back
names.
in
We're
time.
going real back in time. It's rewind time. Um, we did do the Bona
Dinosaur
interview
train.
recently. um, Outside of that, well, there is currently a big debate that's being held, and this honestly is taking up
Sorry.
a lot of the current space
Mm.
in Mythos. Is the situation coming up with the bunch of heroes that are going to just be dropped in.
Right. Yeah. The new heroes that would look very interesting. Are there any you're excited for?
I I think from a
If you say
lore
Jetpack God, I'm gonna
standpoint, a lot
cry.
of them are going to be very nice. Um, I don't have
Ah,
any in particular that I'm like super
I'm
hyped about.
personally very excited to have our first Japanese character that can't climb walls.
That well, like,
I'm very
don't
excited.
shoot yourself in the foot. Who knows with Overwatch teams? They
It's
might
gonna
be
be a
like, oh
perk.
yeah, no, we need to have them climb
Well,
walls
we
next.
need to have the racial stereotypes going. Dude, they had Hanzo and Genji, which like both climb walls and they're both
Yeah.
Japanese. Like it makes
Oh
sense. And then they're like
god.
Kiriko, who's their childhood friend, but is 20 years younger than them, that can also climb walls.
Oh god.
If we had another Japanese character that could climb walls, I'd just be like, dude, this just give it up.
I'm gonna get canceled for this.
No, not really. We're poking
No,
fun at Blizzard's
I was about to say, why would they add a cat when you have Genji Blade?
yeah, that's I mean, it's like kind of fair, but I feel like Jetpack Cat is definitely gonna like I feel like Jetpack Cat is
Jetpack
not
Cat
gonna
is gonna come
be
pre-portioned.
I think okay, so I think Jetpack Cat is fine as a character. I think it's a really fun concept. But I feel like Jetpack Cat is in like a really like precarious situation where if she becomes like meta, it's gonna be absolutely miserable
Yeah, I feel like that could
to
honestly
play
describe
against.
like 90% of the heroes currently. Is if they
Like
become
Mago.
meta.
Mago. When
Yeah.
Mago was meta, it was like not fun at all. When Sigma was meta, it was like not nearly as bad, but it was still kind of a problem. Due to just
Yeah.
what you could do with it. It was ridiculous. And then like or when I think Arissa was meta a few years ago, but
Yes.
still,
Orisa was meta at one point. I remember it because the way that I described that meta was the meta that made me yearn for the glue factory.
that meta made me want goats back.
That meta made me wish that
I
I could
wanted
alt
goats back.
F4.
Yeah. I Either way, I'm excited for the
Yeah.
next season. I'm personally really excited for the new support. I forget his name. The Japanese I think he's Japanese.
I
Like I swear to
I
God,
don't
he's I'm
know.
pretty sure he's related to Hashimoto. Like in his lore, I think he's related to the Hashimoto clan. Or something like
I
that.
have
Anyway,
no idea, honestly.
the support with the hand
Okay.
sickle. I'm really excited for him. I think he's gonna be a really fun character. He's supposed to be like kind of fit that role that Brig did and Lucio do with like the more brawly supports and really play
Okay.
into that. So I'm really excited. I still think Jetpack Cat could find some use. Imagine playing Eichenwald and your Ramatra just gets carried up to the high ground on attack.
Yeah. It definitely could
Or
find
your
its use.
Cassidy or something.
Mhm.
Although, but then at that point, you could just play Symmetra and pull your whole team up there.
Yeah.
So
So, I mean, for the time being, preliminary word regarding the new heroes, from what I've gathered, is that once released, they should be prohibited from being used
Right,
until
the
2 weeks
2 week.
after. Um,
Yes,
2 weeks after their launch.
the comp.
So there will
Yeah,
be a
we're
little
using the
bit.
comp rules for the ban.
Yeah, there will be a little bit of a buffer period for teams to be able to practice and scrim those heroes and get accustomed to them. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of the main thing currently occupying Mythos. A lot of teams are going to probably be taking an opportunity at some point to just say, okay, we're going to do maybe 2 scrims. One scrim is going to be what we can play currently for Mythos. The other scrim is going to be what's coming up in the future for Mythos, where we have those heroes available. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes and how that will also switch up the metas and the decisions that a lot of these teams are going to make when it comes to compositions and things like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm excited.
But
I think that's all we
since
have in the
then,
meantime.
that's
Our
basically it. So we're gonna
our pretty
have to
gray
be going
office.
to close off for now. Obviously, you have heard a bit from Bona with regards to their opinions on a lot of these teams in these standings in the League of Mythos currently. We're about halfway through
I do believe
Mythos, so
management said they're gonna cut out a lot of his ramblings.
yeah,
Just kind of edit around it.
fair. So maybe not then, but
I'm sure
that'll
we're gonna hear some
basically
of it, but
we'll hear some of it.
I don't know if
Yes.
we're gonna get the full half hour.
Yeah, no, not the full half hour, but I mean the standings and things like that. Bona's decisions or opinions on that wasn't the full half hour, so you'll get some bits and pieces from it if I'm not mistaken. But we're
Well,
about
we should.
halfway. We're
Oh, we
about
should.
halfway through. We still have a full other half to go, so stay tuned for that. This has been Caustic, your co-host, alongside.
Aphelion, your favorite floating block.
Yep.
Well,
And
square. I'm not really 3-dimensional. I don't really have any dimension.
we will
You're probably wondering
see you
how
guys later.
a 3-dimensional creature can understand 3-dimensional space.
Who
Don't
knows?
ask me. I don't get it either.
But yeah, we'll see you guys in the future when we return back to this liminal void that we're currently trapped in. Goodbye.
Yeah,
For now.
after we go watch some VeggieTales. Goodbye.